Good afternoon, class, or actually, it'd be good morning where you are. I am back in Saudi Arabia and in quarantine for the next 14 days. Army policy, after you do any travel, you have to go back to quarantine. So I'm going to talk today about Molly Pitcher. So, first of all, I've always found this woman very, very fascinating, who could not be inspired of a young woman, working around the cannons on the battlefield, both ramming the rounds and cleaning, cleaning the cannons, and all the while during the British attack. The readings this week, the one by Miss Laurel Ulrich, really brought to life how I viewed some of these legends from the Revolutionary War. And when you study American history and you go back and you read about some of these famous people, especially in high school and things like that, you take a lot of things for granted that they actually are the stories are written about real people. And once again, as I was doing my research on Molly Pitcher, this turned out to be not the case too. So one of the articles I found in the Christian Science article, dated of June 27th of 2006 by Marilyn Scott Mason, raises the question again: was she a legend or a real woman? And as we saw in the Ulrich article, we're seeing this to be a common practice for a couple of these female legends now, as her article about Betsy Ross described. So Mason, during her article, describes Pitcher as possibly being two different women, one being Mary Hayes, who fought at the Battle of Monmouth, or Margaret Cochran Corbin, who fought at the Battle of Fort Washington. So the history records indicate that both women participated in the respective engagements, but interestingly enough, there is no mention of a Molly Pitcher. So as I delved in a little further during my research, it became the thing that I found is that Molly is also a common name or nickname for Mary or Margaret, and Pitcher, as we all know, is routinely associated with a vessel to carry water, as we still call it the same thing today. So you can see the relationship between Molly being possibly Margaret or Mary from the two battles that we have described. From the nickname, and Pitcher as the vessel that water was carried to both take care of the cannon and to provide water for the wounded. So, as in Ulrich article talking about the circumstances for the credit for the creation of the first flag, the same sort of attributes we're seeing here, which two possible women could be associated as Molly Pritchard. And I think this, as the article discussed, is Americans yearn for a hero, and the image, that historical image of a woman bravely firing a cannon in defense of her wounded husband is one of those things that rings true. So as I move into closing here, you can see that the desire for a strong feminine heroine continues to exist today. So what most of you may not know is that the Army presents a Molly Pitcher Award to outstanding female soldiers or spouses annually, and this award is extremely prestigious. And the chief of staff of the Army is the deciding factor on the criteria for this award each year and decides who gets it. So as we begin to look at history, especially revolutionary history, we continue to maintain the traditions of strong female leaders, soldiers within our military. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my discussion on Molly Pitcher.